Hey guys, Brad here with the Alchemy team. So I'm a freediving and athlete and instructor, and today I want to give you a few tips for mastering the first 20-meter dive. So if you're just starting your freediving journey, this can be quite a big milestone to check off, but based on my experience as an instructor and some of the common mistakes I see, I want to give you some tips so that you can master this and really smash that first 20 meters. Quite often, when I see and take out new people freediving, they kind of rush themselves on the surface. They don't take a lot of time to prepare for the dive. And while we don't want to spend too much time preparing, when it's our turn to dive, it's perfectly fine to take 2 to 3 minutes to just relax, get in the right zone, run through what you're going to do on the dive in your head, and then start. And this is also going to get you nice and calm. It's going to get you in a nice space to complete the dive. And it's when we start well, we can typically finish well. So it's always important to start with that surface relaxation and keep building from there. Next up, tip 2 is focus on your technique. And whether this is starting with the duck dive, making sure it's nice and smooth and efficient through to your finning. What's important about focusing on this is it can actually take your mind off the numbers. And in freediving, when we forget about the numbers, the rest usually comes. So focusing on having the perfect finning technique, the perfect duck dive, all of these things are going to help you to take your mind off how deep you are or how long it's taking or anything like that, which is going to be great to help. All of a sudden you'll be in this flow state where you can you're surprised by the fact that you're at the end of the rope and you're hitting that 20 meters for the first time. Okay, so tip 3 kind of plays into technique as well, and this one's we're talking about equalizing. So if you're not already doing Frenzel equalization, switching, learning Frenzel is going to help you heaps because you can equalize a lot faster, which also helps us to equalize early and often, and that's going to help us get down. Unfortunately, if you're struggling to master Frenzel, it's going to be a challenge to do it in the water. And what we want to avoid is getting super frustrated because that doesn't help us to improve. We just get angry, we get upset, we lose motivation, we lose focus, and the whole process becomes harder because we start to spiral a little bit. So if you are struggling with mastering Frenzel equalization, my recommendation is to take a specific course on that. Look at some of the hundreds of resources that are out there and learn this technique using the EQ tool, the balloon, things like that. Really master it dry. And when you're confident that you are frenzeling dry, maybe you've got some feedback from an instructor or something like that, then take it into the water and slowly work on that. And typically it might disappear a little bit, it's still not just going to necessarily magically happen, but by mastering the technique first, building a bit of muscle memory, when we get in the water, we're putting ourselves in a much better position to succeed with the dive. I see a lot of people who come in and they really just want to fin down. They want to use their fins, they're learning to spearfish or something like that, or they're learning to benefit their spearfishing. But this isn't necessarily the best way because you have a little bit less control over things like your speed, your body position, and we have a lot of things to think about, right? And while I've said that focusing on technique is a great distraction tool, it can also be a bit overwhelming when everything is new. So by working in free immersion first, we're able to pull down the line, nice and slowly make sure our equalization's working, our body position is great, we're nice and relaxed, and if anything goes wrong, we can stop right away. So it's nice and safe, it's nice and relaxing, and you have that kind of reassurance that nothing's gonna escape from your control. So once we start the dive, we are very positively buoyant. As we go down, due to the pressure, we start to become neutral and then negatively buoyant. And this can help you to conserve a little bit of energy on your dive. So one way you can think about it, if you are at the point where you're going to be finning down, start off with 3 big kicks, then 3 medium, and then 3 small, and gauge how you're going. If you're kind of stop after that or you're going too slow, some more gentle kicks will help you continue going down and progress with the dive. When you're going down, sometimes it's natural to lose a little bit of focus. The intrusive thoughts get in, and we feel like we need to stop. We can't do this. We don't have the breath hold. We're too tired. It's such a long way. All of these things can creep in at times, and it's perfectly natural. What I recommend to do, if this is something that's becoming a habit, is to just pause. So when you're on your way down, as long as you're not having any problems with equalizing, your ears are fine. We should never be pushing our ears. But if your ears are fine, but you're starting to feel a bit uncomfortable, just take a couple of seconds, maybe count to 3 in your head and see if you can refocus yourself, relax yourself a little bit. And if not, no worries. You grab that rope and you go back to the surface. There's always going to be another attempt. Even if you have already made that grab and stop, just stopping and being at whatever depth you get to, and just relaxing and trying to stay as calm and relaxed at that depth as possible for just a few seconds. Once again, count to 3, count to 5 in your head. Just relax, enjoy where you're at, try and find some nice things about it, and then go back up and try the next time. And slowly but surely, any apprehension or fears about doing that dive are slowly going to erode as you build confidence that you can be there. Everyone's journey is a little bit different. Some people progress quickly, others don't, others spend more time learning specific skills, and that's okay. Don't look at what other people around you are doing. Just follow your own journey, trust your process, and know that you are where you're meant to be at that given time. Shallow dives will build your skills, they'll build your comfort, and the main thing anyway is that we're patient and we stay safe so that we can enjoy the journey. Because when freediving loses its fun, it's impossible to progress. So you really need to relax and just enjoy the process. So ultimately, 20-meter dive, ticking off that milestone is closer than you think. A little bit of time, a little bit of work, focusing on these tips can really help you to get there.